You probably fat in real life. That's why you don't want to post a picture, because you're fat. Shut up. Get out of here, fatty. Go run a mile.
Operating at a loss on the promise that they would get big and popular and make a lot of money. A lot of businesses do this. This investment operate at a loss, and then when they grow their customer base, they start raising prices.
No.
Make money back, and that's exactly what happened with Netflix. They start showing commercials. They raise prices, they make it harder to share accounts. But the problem is, Netflix is not the only game in town anymore. Because as soon as they started gaining traction, Hulu came in. And Amazon.
This was like 2009.
And Apple, and then Peacock, and Paramount, and Disney, and CBS. Oh my God, all of them.
This is the same thing that's happening with battle passes and gaming, by the way. As soon as one person realizes that you can get people on the hook for $5 or $10 a month, then everybody's going to want to get somebody on the hook. Like, I mean, what are we talking about?
Shows become less available on each channel because they're not going to let out shows when they can just put them on their own platform. So NBC.
Oh my God! Daddy!
To Netflix and Hulu.
Well, they can't force you to do anything. You got to keep that in mind, that as a customer, you don't have to be forced to do anything. Number one, you can see it. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't want to do, and it's really not good for anybody to do it. It's not justifiable to steal. Like, I don't think that there's any justification for, like, pirating a TV show. I don't think it's justifiable. However, who are you accountable to? You're not accountable to anybody. Right? You're not accountable. Like, how are you? Like, if I say it's not justifiable, are you accountable to me? No, you're not.
Oh.
So just do whatever the fuck you want.
I got it all on video. It makes it even better.
Are you taking a video?
Everything being a subscription now because we live in hell. So people start operating at a loss. Now are not able to make back the money they were supposed to make. And then you see things like Netflix and all the money dries up.
No, investors aren't scared and the money hasn't dried up. The 10% to 20% quarter after quarter, year after year growth dries up. That doesn't mean that Netflix is like not profitable or not successful. It just means that the people who are trying to invest their money into it aren't able to make more money out of it. So yeah, the market cap becomes more defined and the ceiling is lower than what they imagined. And big surprise, they want to put their eggs in another basket. Now they're investing in AI. People love investing in things that like, remember what I was talking about, like with the MMO paradox, about how the less you know about a game, the more excited you are about it? Well, I think this is the same thing with a lot of other cases, where it's the less people really understand about, what do you call it? About a different thing, like NFTs, AI, the more excited they are about it. It's the gamble. Yeah, the metaverse. Think about that. People are investing into that crazy. Like, I was hearing people like, there were these companies that were getting bought up for like, you know, $50, $100 million that were like these like metaverse style companies. I was thinking to myself, like, I should have fucking started one of those. That'd be a good idea.
Add the WGA.
Yeah, I fucked up.
And where does that leave us? There's just no money anymore, unless you're Disney making records.
Yeah.
You can. Now, you could make an argument that these studios wasted a lot of money when they had it, and I would make that argument because I was the studio who won that. We're now in a position where Hollywood, for the most part, is basically broke, and I honestly don't see it.
Un poco de
I actually
refresco.
think that this is the same thing with politics. I think that the people that run the studios are really smart. I think the politicians in a lot of cases are really smart. But you think they're stupid because you assume that they have the same goals that you do. They don't.
advances and you can do crazy things with your phone.
Yeah.
Writers
Yeah.
and cast and crew and equipment and props and set deck and wardrobe and every other thing that goes into making a they couldn't make because they couldn't secure the funding. I have some thoughts on where the industry is heading. If people are interested, I can make another video on it, but basically, it doesn't look good.
Here's the thing, is that there's just too many competing sources for entertainment, and the value adds...
Muscle it up a little bit.
Because more people are able to just make videos. Like, for example, there are comedy movies that cost $100 million to make, but how much better are they than Drewski's shorts on YouTube? Maybe they're better, but how much better? You see what I'm saying? That's where we're at, not much. So whenever you have some people that have basically no barrier to entry, and they're able to outcompete you for basically no money,
oh man, there's a horse driving the car.
That's it. There's diminishing return. There's a massive diminishing return. And like, there's always going to be a place for like big blockbuster films like Dune, Oppenheimer. Those are the first two that come to mind, right? Game of Thrones, something like that. There's always going to be a market for it, but that market is not as big as it used to be, and it will keep getting smaller. That's why sports never dies. Yeah, exactly. Movies also have to compete with all the other movies released before them. Why watch new movies whenever you can watch thousands for free on Netflix? Well, people want to watch new movies. It's just that a lot of the new movies are old movies, but there's a 2 next to them, right? Or something like that. Don't you think this is a natural outcome? I mean, actors having millions of dollar wages. Acting, almost every single job and like every single industry has what acting has. So, like, you see, you know, Brad Pitt makes $50 million, or, I don't know, Timothy Chalamet, like, gets a bunch of money for Dune. You always have, like, a 0.0000001% survivorship bias, where everybody sees the people that are super successful. Here, let me give you another example. So, we're going to scroll down right here. We're going to look at, do I give a shit about any of these games? Valheim. Look at how many streamers there are for Valheim. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just say it's 3. 4, 4, 4, 3. Oh, I actually didn't count how many 4s that was. I think it's like 25, right? Like total, let's say it's 25. I think it's like 24, 25, let's say 25. Well, basically, only 2 of the people probably that are streamers. Like, I have found that a lot of the people in this top row are barely able to make a living with, no, that's how you get out of jail if you need jail bonds. I know that. That's different. A lot of the people here aren't making a lot of money. Like, down here, nobody's making any money. No money, no money, no money, no money, no money. Literal negative money at this point, right? They're not making shit for money. So, guess what happens? Well, everybody looks at Hassan. Oh, wow. Look at Hassan. Oh, it's Jinxie. Oh, let's see. Who else do we have? Mr. Beast Scam Channel. Well, hopefully I get him Mr. Beast and Elon. Oh, wow. They're going to give everybody money. Zach Rar, clicks. They're looking at mogul moves. Look at this. Do you think Mr. Mogul himself is a good judgment on like what the average streamer is going to make? What the average experience of a streamer is? It's not. And so it's the same thing with acting. Acting has the same problem, where what ends up happening is that acting is, there's some people that are massively famous and massively successful and they make all the money, and almost nobody else makes any money. That's just the way it is. It's the same with games, same with movies, same with TV shows, same with music. Same with anything. Sports. Yeah, exactly. We have the same thing in the IT field. Every new grad thinks every software engineer makes big tech money. Yeah, but I bet there are. And I don't know about like in that, but I know like with people that make companies. You know, think about how many people make a company and the company fails. But then you hear about the one guy that sells his company to Google for $100 million, and now everybody's like, oh, I can do it too. I mean, come on. Rocksteady Studios blame artists blame for the cause of these are the same people who also blame men for women in video games being too sexualized. As a game dev, I'm here to tell you that these situations arise whenever there are too many men on the team. Like they overcorrect for hypersexuality of the 90s. Like there's no woman in the room to say relax. Some women like dressing in leopard print crop tops, and that's okay. I'm going to have a very, very unpopular opinion that's probably going to make some people mad. And so I didn't stream yesterday, so I probably have to make up for lost time. I think that the reason why a lot of guys overcorrect is because they're actually creepy in real life and they're overcompensating for the fact that they're freaks in real life. So I think that they act this way and they behave this way in order to overcompensate that they're not well interested in actual behavior. So they have to constantly virtue signal that they're not this kind of person. Because I think that a normal person wouldn't have any sort of internalized guilt or like problem with doing this at all. And he could do something like this without it being like some weird issue. So I think that's the real reason why a lot of these guys have this happen.
Oh my god, it bit me.
And I think also, like, I mean, how
I'm
many
not bleeding,
of these, like,
but
male feminists or, you know, turned out to be creeps or freaks or something like that? I think really, and it makes sense, right? It's like you want to fish where the fish are. But it's something to always keep in mind. I don't view a lot of these opinions as authentic. The same guys that go around telling everyone they're really nice guys. Yeah, exactly. Remakes were a mistake. No, they weren't. Demon Souls is amazing. Dog shit companies doing remakes were a mistake. And the problem isn't the remake, it's the company. I would wager the consultancy group they hired for sensitivity and DEI is largely women. No, yeah. I think really the problem is, like, this is something that the market will correct on its own because things like Stellar Blade are successful. Like, the more games that you have like Stellar Blade that are massively successful, that have a huge audience of guys that play them because the they don't care about that at all. They care about making money. Like, Microsoft doesn't care about this. They care about making money. So, like, the moment that you see that this makes money, then all of the companies will do it. They don't really care about any of this stuff at all. They completely don't understand why the character is hypersexualized in the game. It's part of the plot. Well, that's also another issue, right? It's that people that are trying to fix problems they don't understand source material. I mean, again, how many examples do we have of that? Aren't they changing Lara Croft because of that? They're changing it in a number of different ways. They follow the trends. Yeah, they sure do. Sony California does care. Yeah, they'll care until they start losing money. And then, well, here's the reality, right? Sony is a publicly traded company. So that means that the people that work at the company don't make the decisions, the shareholders do. And when the shareholders think that the company is losing money, and then people divest from the company, then the company changes. That's the way things go. Like, there's no there's no way around this. Like, it's the double-edged sword of having a